It's Betty McKnit here, your crochet mama. Tonight I am working on the 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket, which has not been released yet. It's pre-released in the Betty McKnitiverse if you would like to join there and get a copy of this and all my pre-released patterns. I have also the Ridgy Didge Star, Superstar, and Supernova are also pre-released over there. They all need updated with photographs and then they'll be released into the wild. Who knows when I will get to that? I think probably sometime over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try and get it. I'm waiting for a baby to be born, so I'm trying to do it before the baby is born because I'm going to go help with the baby. And when I'm helping with the baby, I'm not going to be seeing none of y'all on, not going to be going live. So I'm just trying to get all my work done, caught up, you know, etc., etc. So, so that I can just be completely focused on the new baby when it arrives. Yay! Okay, let's see what's happening over here. Am I going live? Am I live? Yes, looks like I am. That's wonderful. Okay. So, listen, couple things going on over on my channel. Some people don't like the colors that I'm using with this blanket, and you know, you don't have to like them. You don't have to. You don't. You don't. Hold on. Let me just let YouTube insert the mid rolls for me. Okay. You don't have to like my colors, but you do have to be nice on my channel. And if you're not nice, you're going to get blocked. And that's just the way it is. Because you don't get to come to my platform and then use it to be mean to me. That's just how it is. And then another thing that's going on in my life lately is people emailing me or messaging me and saying things like, I can't get past row 6. Should it be this instead of this? Well, row 6 of what? You know, I have like 100 patterns posted, right? In general, and we all do this, we tend to think if something doesn't turn out right, that there's something wrong with the pattern. And in the case of crochet, I have found that's rarely true. It's usually user error. Okay. So if you want my help, and I love helping you, I love showing up and being helpful. It's like my superpower, I think. But it's also, you know, I love helping. I really do. But you got to give me a little more information. Help me help you. You got to tell me what you're working on, which pattern, which page of the pattern, or which row. Is it the setup row or is it the regular row? Because the way I do my patterns is I give you the setup rows, and then I do that so that I can give you row 2 through 7, 2 through 7, 2 through 7. And that is because we always know row 2 and 3 are going to be the cluster rows of the 6-day blank patterns. Rows 4 and 7 are going to be single crochet rows or rounds, and rows 5 and 6 are going to be double crochet rows or rounds. Okay, I do that for a reason. And then you can do the snowflake effect. You can do this vivid chevrons, the viral stripe, the Aussie confetti, or the sweetheart stripe, or whatever. You can do all those different things if the row numbers are consistent. Okay, so that's my latest, that's my lecture for today. Help me help you. Tell me what you're doing. send me a photo, okay? Don't send me my pattern back to me because I already know what the pattern says. What I need to know is what you think it says, and so I can help you figure out where you're going wrong. But sending screenshots of the pattern back to me does not tell me what you're thinking, okay? So, like, we already know you don't understand what it means, and I already know what it says. So, send me a picture of what you're doing so I can look at it and understand where you've misinterpreted the pattern, or where the, you know, it is possible that there's a, an error in the pattern. It wouldn't be completely out of the question. But usually, I'm sorry to say, it's not the pattern that's wrong. It's, that you've misread it. And a lot of you, I feel okay saying that because a lot of you say that you're not good at reading patterns or you're new to reading patterns. So I'm happy to help you. Just send me a photo, be nice, and and tell me what's going on so that I know. Okay, here's my blanket so far. Here's what I did. Yesterday, I did not put in the little pin for row 2, so I'm just going to do that right now. I kind of ended the blanket in like the middle of the row because my camera died on me. Well, that's what happened. There we go. That's better. I have to be careful about leaning on the table today because my elbow hurts, and you can see I have my little phyton dots that I actually put on when I was on TikTok getting ready. So these are, it feels warm already. So these are in my store, and somebody went to buy one of these things out of my Shopify store the other day, and they were like, it wants to charge me $40 in shipping. So I don't know what's going on with my store. Go over to my Amazon influencer store and buy them from there. That's probably a better idea than buying them through my store. But this little pack, this is halfway gone. It has I think 6 of these sheets of stickers. Costs about $10. It has 70 of these stickers in it. They just contain titanium, and they help with pain. So I've just been having some pain in my elbow, and so I don't know how long I'll be on today. I think it's from driving because I did a lot of driving last week, going up to Baltimore to pick up my daughter and then drop her back off. So it's about a 6-hour drive. So I did that up and back, once, up and back twice. So 4 times. Okay, let's see. What do we got going on here? So, I was going to put the little stitch marker on. Thank you. Okay, if I don't know if we'll see Andrew today or not, because Andrew had a medical procedure this morning. I'm not sure what it was all about, but I know that they were really worried about it. And so we just want to send Andrew some healing vibes and energy and wish Andrew well. Some people use a stitch marker like this in the chain 3 so they can find the stitch later. They don't have to fish around with their hook. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm doing. This is the 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket. This color is called, the yarn is Lion Brand Restream. Somebody on YouTube said my colors were atrocious, but I don't think they're atrocious. The jury is still out, but I don't think they're atrocious. Come on, be nice. This color is called Fjord. This one is called Cranberry, which you know, we think is not the right name for it. This one is Heliotrope, and this one is called Sahara. So I'm on the Ridgy Didge stripe. So you change colors between rows 5 and 6, and you work row 6 as front loop double crochet, front loop, yes, front loop double crochet, and that's how you get that ridge. So here we go. I was partway through this row 3 last night when I yes, the colors do look different on YouTube and TikTok. TikTok, the colors are a little more true to reality. These are 4 of 6 colors that I've chosen. So I could tell when I put my elbow on there that that is part of what's causing my pain. So I'm going to try not to do that. I mean, I'm not going to do it today. If you are in pain from crocheting, then you have to change what you're doing. You can't just slap on some compression gloves or titanium stickers and call it a day. You have to change the habits. Otherwise, you're going to do some damage. So, and my hook is an eye hook, which I believe is a 5mm hook. Yes, this yarn splits. It takes a little while, a little getting used to. I'll just say that. Let me fix this a little. That's better. Okay, and I almost forgot I'm doing this scented stitches. It won't zoom in anymore. All right, I guess that's all the zoom I'm gonna get. Scented stitches, stitch balm. I chose cheer because I was excited about these colors. So this one has rose geranium, lemongrass, and rose absolute. It has a strong rose scent. Hi, Pat. Did I try the metal hooks from Furls? No, I did not. Are they heavy like the Odysseys? The thing I really like about the Odysseys is how heavy they are. They are heavy. Maybe I'll try them. Today I like the colors. Yesterday I was kind of like scratching my head a little bit, going, what was I thinking? But today I like them. I really think my elbow and my hand and everything, well, my hand's cramping a little bit, but I really think that the issues I'm having are from all the work I did on the computer. I've just been on my YouTube channel for the past few days, just working like crazy on my channel, adding thumbnails, putting things in playlists. I still have a lot of work to do on it, but I'm just lazy sometimes. I just throw video up there and then, you know, and then I move on. Thank you so much, Maggie. Appreciate it. Thank you, Judy. Trying not to lean on my table today. Whoops. Whoops. What's up, Queen PR? Oh, you mean for organizing my YouTube channel? I'm trying. I'm trying. Jacqueline says frogging old projects. Oh, wow. I have a couple things I have to frog. I also have a hexagon cardigan that I made that's like almost done. And my daughter tried it on when she was here, and I was like, "Do you want this?" And she was like, "Well, I don't want another stripy one with a bunch of different colors because I already made her one. You know, she wears the one that's on the cover of the pattern." And she said, "Well, I don't want another one like this, but I would wear one in a solid color." So now I have this hexagon cardigan, and I don't remember when I made it. I don't remember making it. And it doesn't fit me, or I would wear it. It's too small for me. I think I must have made it when I was on live. I don't really think so though. Anyways, that one is almost done, so I don't think I'm gonna frog it. I think I'm gonna finish it. And I think I'm gonna auction it off for charity. And just sell it that way. And then donate the money to either Maui or Doctors Without Borders or something like that. I don't remember half of these. They're clearly from my early days, not my best work. Well, I used to give away like so much of what I made, and then one year Annie's was like, "We'd like to sell your patterns in our catalog. Would you do you have any of these samples so we can photograph them?" And I was like, "No, I've given them all away." So now I don't give them away so much unless I have extras, because then I had to spend quite a lot of time that year remaking blankets. You just started the star blanket and you're having fun. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Okay, I just moved on to row 4. Single crochet row. You have a lot of baby blankets. I did a lot of baby blankets last year too, and I'm sick of them. I am sick of them. So this year coming up, I'm going to try and write a couple books. And I will do a baby blanket book, but it's not going to be the first one I do because I'm just tired of doing baby blankets. I did so many last year. What's your preferred project? I do like making blankets. But I also like making hats and scarves and like quick one-off kinds of things. I just love yarn. I really love making things with yarn. And when I decide I want to make, I make a lot of patterns out of these same 6 rows of stitches, just done in different ways, around in a circle, in a granny square, and back and forth chevron. And I love doing it. Like, I don't get tired of it. When somebody says, do it like this, or make this or make that with it, I sometimes get in a place where I'm like, it's like a puzzle. I just have to figure it out. And I go kind of crazy until I can. But if I'm going to make, let's say I need a baby blanket for somebody, I'm probably going to be making the 6-Day Superstar. I really enjoy projects that go from the inside out, where you can just keep going until it's done. That's fun. Building a large poof out of scrap. Interesting. I've seen people make the star blankets out of their scraps by tying them all together. I don't really like knots in my work. I don't really tie knots, but I did last September. I spent the month doing, how people do stash bust September, and I did star blanket September. Hey Mari, so good to see you, my dear. I hope you're well. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Here I am knitting some whales. Wow. That sounds fun. Knitting some whales while I listen and watch you. I know, I never thought my crochet would be TV. To me, it feels like Christmas is already over because my daughter was here and she left. So I'm like ready to take my tree down, and like the hustle and bustle is over. I already gave her all her presents. She spent like 3 or 4 days here. She wasn't feeling well the whole time. I think there's something weird going around. Well, this yarn, it slows me down a little bit because of how splitty it is. I saw somebody was having like a frog party for their old projects. I thought that was a great idea. I have one, it's a knitting project that I started last year, and I did a whole knit along for it in my community, and people completed theirs, and I still have mine that I never finished, and it's about 2/3 done. But I kind of resized the pattern, and I don't know where my notes went. I had notes for it, and I don't know what I did with them. I can't find them. So I'm not exactly sure what I was trying to do. So I haven't been able to finish that up. And I bought really special hand-dyed yarn for it too. Expensive. I spent so much money on that yarn. Well, thank you for saying the colors are beautiful. I appreciate it. I'm happy with them today. I wasn't 100% happy with them yesterday or the other day or whenever the heck it was I was on here. I think it was 2 days ago. I don't think I went live last night. I don't remember. Tomorrow I am going into town. I'm driving up to Norfolk to get my hair cut, and it's a pretty long drive, so I don't know that I'll be back tomorrow in time to go live. Have to see how I'm doing. Even if I am back in time to do it, it sometimes just kind of wears me out to drive up there, and I've been driving a lot, and um, I've been kind of achy. Are you going to add more colors or repeat these? I have chosen 6 colors. Let's see. I also have this, I think is next. And then after that, I'm doing this one. It's a nice combination. Many knitters do excellent work, but sometimes they don't choose the right colors. I personally, I have found that people play it way too safe with color. So on TikTok, this looks red, but it's really orange. And this is a dark blue, but it's more of a denim blue than on TikTok. It looks navy. I don't know why the colors look different on TikTok. Yeah, so I actually had 11 skeins, 11 different colors, because I had seen the colors in person, but I didn't have them on hand. And then so I ordered like 11 colors that I liked, okay, from their lineup. And then I just noticed that some of them were a little bit similar to each other. And so I just swatched some of them up, and at the end of the day, this swatch didn't really tell me anything much, except that I wasn't excited about some of these colors like this. I wasn't excited about some of these colors. So then what I ended up doing was just picking the colors that I was excited about. So that was that was how I did it. And no, I did not use a color wheel. I just went, I feel excited about this. I feel excited about this. I feel excited about this. So I don't know. I'm not buying into that. The whole, I think people try too hard sometimes to do it right. Just use the colors you're excited about. Somebody's going to hate it. It's just, it just is what it is. Hopefully they'll just keep their mouth shut and keep it to themselves. Have you ever heard that saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all? Maybe somebody's colors are atrocious to you, but they are excited about those colors. People tell me all the time, like, oh, you have this great eye for color. I don't. Number one, I use a lot of cake yarn. So I let the colors, choose themselves, or whoever designed the yarn, gets to choose the colors. And then sometimes I combine the cake yarns together, and I have in the past purposely chosen, two different cakes that I didn't think would go together, just to see what would happen, just to see how they would line up with each other. And that has actually gone well. Yeah, that's how I do it. Sometimes I purposely do it, a way that I think is not going to look, not going to look good. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say I try to not use the same creative tools or conventions all the time. Like, let's take these two cake things that don't go together and try and make them go together. I just see people playing it safe a lot with colors, the colors that they put together. Not everyone has the ability to choose appropriate colors. Colors you have chosen are perfect for the work you do. All right. Bob Ross. Happy little accidents. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I mean, there are a million ways to choose colors. There's lots of different ways to get your inspiration. I'm excited about that denim blue coming next now. See, the whole idea is to feel excited about the colors. I feel excited. The colors make the pattern stand out more. That's true. I mean, for the Ridgy Didge, you really want to change colors on the row, the ridge row. Now, I have done them with cake yarn, and I have seen them done with cake yarn, and it still works, okay? But if you really want to, if you don't, oh, if you really want to, no, that's not what I wanted to say. If you don't mind weaving in ends and you want to change colors intentionally and you don't want to use cake yarn, you, you know, can create that contrast ridge row, with different colors and not just take your chances with the self-striping. I just think the little bit of texture is just really interesting. And I didn't even come up with this idea. This was originally, well, I have a few people in the 6-day blanket group that have been adding texture rows to their blankets for years. There's a lady, Stephanie, that was, there he is. Hey, Andrew, didn't you have your thing this morning? How are you doing? That is not what you did, is it? No way. Well, I hope you're doing okay. You got me. You got me. Well, I hope you're doing okay. Do what the doctor says and rest. And don't try and push it. Of course, I'm on bed rest for a week. I have my stash next to me. Oh my goodness. Oops. So I think I figured out that I have to do 23 stripes for this. So this is my third one. So I only got 20 more to go. Then I have not decided how I'm going to edge it. I could do the same edge as the 6-day baby blanket, the Ridgy Didge baby blanket, but you know, I always want to come up with something different all the time. So I don't know. I'll see if I can come up with something different for you guys. Whoops. Andrew, you'll be on bed rest right up through Christmas. I don't have anyone to cook for or anything for Christmas, so I think I'm going to make myself a little turkey. I really love turkey. No one else I know likes it. When my daughter is here, she likes to cook Japanese food. So we cooked and ate a bunch of Japanese food, and she likes me to make soup. So I made broccoli cheddar soup and I made chicken soup. And sandwiches. She likes this big toasted sandwich that I make. So I made that for her, and then we ate all that, and then she said, I really wish we had some more of that sandwich. So then I was making panini for her. But I miss the good old-fashioned turkey and gravy. I think I'll make myself one. I went out and took my beach walk today. It looks like our poor beaches took a hit with the weather over the weekend. It was really windy, heavy rain. I saw where there was overwash down south around Hatteras. The ocean comes up over the road. It's terrifying to me. So what are you planning on making while you're there on bed rest, Andrew? This one has CBD in it. Gonna try a new pattern. First, got to figure out how to make it. It's gonna be some shorts. Cool. Hello, Elderberry. How are you? The thing that I like about this oil, the lymphatic massage oil over the CBD oil that I just used, is that this one does not leave my hands feeling oily. It like soaks right into your skin. The CBD one, not so much. It does leave my hands feeling kind of oily after I use it. But just having a little pain today. The Outer Banks is cold and sunny today, but we did have some. I saw a little something about the overwash in Hatteras. Yeah, all this stuff that I use is in my shop, but somebody told me that they went to order through my shop and it wanted to charge them like an outrageous amount of shipping. So what I would suggest you do is go to my Amazon influencer store and purchase through my Amazon influencer store. It's like amazon.com/shop/Betty McKnit, and it's linked in my profile. Yeah, we had some. The sand is like all piled up on our stairs on the beach access point, but I mean, we're okay. The water was up really high when I went out there today for my walk, but I was able to go all the way down. Sometimes I can't even go off the. Yeah, you can get it through Amazon. It's my influencer store is let me see. Oh, the link is in my profile, but I can drop it in the chat here. This one is really good if your hands get puffy. The other one, the CBD oil, I don't have this in my store yet. I bought this at a spa in Las Vegas when I was there in September with my sister. Yeah, see, my hands still feel a little oily with this one, but the lymphatic massage oil, it does not leave your hands feeling oily. It like soaks right in. It's really nice. Okay, next is the blue, the denim blue. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have some, I'm only 56, but I've had a lot of chronic illness and a lot of issues that I've had to deal with through the years. Thyroid disease, which I think makes you age prematurely. I'll just say, has made me age prematurely. Okay, here we go with the blue and the Ridgy Didge row. Here's how I change colors. I pull the new color through the last 2 loops, and then I take the tails and I flip them up over my working. This is my working yarn. Okay, and then I chain 3 for the next row. And I don't tie a knot. I just leave that hanging there. And then when I finish the whole blanket, and I do the first round of edge, I will work over these edges for 1 or 2 stitches. So this yellow, I'll bring it this way, and the blue will go that way. So they'll go towards the colors that they match. And then I'll just work over them for like 2 stitches. And then once I complete the whole edge and border of the blanket, then I'll go back and weave those the rest of the way in. I believe mine is trauma-based. Seems all things lead to that. Well, I think I told you the last time you were on, I am a practitioner of core energetics, and we, pretty much, I don't want to say this as like an absolute, but a lot of disease is psychosomatic. I mean, I could I could go on and on about this for a long time, actually, because I'm 100% certain, like I've done enough work and studied enough somatics that I, pretty much, I'm pretty comfortable with the ways that my traumas have played out in my body. I'll just say that. Sure, sure. Yeah, I mean, I work with people one-on-one, so you can always schedule with me if you want. Can talk more in depth about it. You're a retired nurse. Well, I don't know about all of you, but I am loving the blue with the yellow. I'm sure I've talked about this many, many, many times on my lives, but I went through a phase in my tweenage years where everything I owned was denim. I loved denim. It was denim, 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 denim hat, denim jacket, denim bike. I loved denim. Yeah, I think maybe it alternates cool and warm, right? Because that's pretty warm. So's that. Ooh, I feel lots better after my little handbrake there with the oil and the fascia. I used to make denim quilt tops. I feel like I would have to use a lot more of this in order to make my whole blanket smell like cheer. I got a big barf when I opened that new skein. It's got a little knot down here in it. There we go. Feel like I'm kind of flying along now. temperatures have been up and down all day. I don't know what is going on, but I'm just leaving the water running. I have a heater in my bathroom over here on this side of the house because the air conditioning, the heat pump blows the air, it blows out the cold air straight up. It's right under the bathroom. So I noticed last year that the bathroom floor would get really cold, and so I put a heater in there to like keep it a little bit warm. Well, then last year my pipes froze over there on that side, and they had to be repaired. But yeah, so I have a little heater in there, and it'll just like come on when when the temperature drops, and it like kind of came on out of the blue earlier today, and I was like, what is that noise? Like, what's happening? What just turned on? It was so weird because the temperatures had not really been low enough for it to come on, and then it did. And then it got up to like, I don't know, I feel like it was 60 something last night. You're learning how to granny stitch. Yeah, did you get snow in PA? I know I have family in Western PA, and they got snow yesterday. Y'all have a white Christmas. No snow in Central PA. Yeah, I think you said near Harrisburg. Hey, Della, good to see you. Della/Fran. How have you been? You've been around watching but not commenting? You okay? You've been quiet. Getting ready for Christmas. Everybody's talking about their grocery shopping. I heard like 3 different people say that today. Oh, I gotta do my grocery shopping. Keeping out of trouble. Oops. All right, let's see if my camera's gonna cooperate today. Come on. I'm so tired. Just one more row. Well, there. Ooh, yes. Whew. I'm excited about this now. That's what I want to think and feel every time. The colors just, I feel excited about them. Oh, I use a DSLR camera for my overhead on my other platforms, and the battery only lasts about an hour, and then when it dies and I go to change it, sometimes it pops right back up and other times it does not. And so it's always exciting when it works the way it's supposed to. Sometimes I have to plug and unplug and do all that. Sometimes it works seamlessly, effortlessly, and other times it's like a pain in the ass. Pardon my French. Pardon my potty mouth, I should say. I don't know what just dinged. The other thing I've been using a lot is the infrared heating pad that I bought, and they call it a heating pad, but they don't really get very hot um, at all. But they use infrared heat, and I sat with that for a while on my elbow today, and I've been using it on my back at night when I go to sleep. And I also have those in my Amazon shop. But that's been really helpful, actually. chocolate chip cookies. Oh man, I want some. I made brownies for my daughter when she was here, and then I packed all the food that I made for her. I packed it up and let her take it with her. She had like two big cooler. She had a cooler bag from Costco and a second cooler with stuff that we cooked, food from my house. I was like, take whatever you want. She went through and took everything. 'Cause I don't eat anyways, so I'd rather just let her take it. And she was like, will you make me a panini for the road? So I made her a panini. Espresso powder. Nice. Listen to all that cracking. Oh my goodness. My thumb just cracked. It's a good practice to lay your work down at the end of every row or round. Lay it down, lay it all the way down. Don't just keep going and going and going and going. Lay your work down. See, my hands are a little oily from that CBD oil, but it's not so much that it's, interfering with what I'm doing. All right, that felt good actually. Felt really good. All right, what row am I on? I'm feeling excited about how this looks. So I don't think I said it on the last ridge row, but the 3 double crochet in the peak is worked into the top of the stitch and not around the post of the stitch. I didn't explain anything at all on that last row, but I mean, we're on our like 1, 2, 3, third repeat of it, so I'm just assuming everyone's pretty much got it by now. And this is row 7, single crochet, skip 1, and then single crochet across the row until you've got 2 left, and then skip 1, single crochet in the last. Raven says, I really like the ridges. Thank you. They were, it's it's my followers that have been doing that for a while. Different people in the 6-Day Blanket group, but the one that calls herself D. Louise on Facebook is the one that came up with this particular way to create texture on the 6-Day Blanket. Who makes Christmas cookies? My mom used to do, she probably still does, for all I know. But she used to do these Christmas cookies with the cookie press. She would do those cookie press cookies, and then she would do like the chocolate crinkles and the snowballs and the Hershey Kiss, the peanut butter ones with the Hershey Kiss in the middle. And then we would, she would wrap up plates of them for us to take to school and give to our teachers. Sprint cookies, they're a butter cookie. Snickerdoodle. Yeah, then we would do the cutouts, and she would do the little ladyfinger cookies, the clothespin cookies. She would do those. She would do these big batches, and then she would freeze them. And then anytime we had a little gathering or something, she would take the, get the cookies out of the freezer and make up little plates of cookies for us. Oh my goodness, those were great. I used to do truffles, rum truffles. Used to roll up my own truffles with chocolate, melt the chocolate and butter, and roll them in cocoa powder, and some of them in powdered sugar, cocoa powder. I would do some in crushed up Oreos. And what else? I did 4 different kinds. Isn't that funny? I don't remember. And then I used to do Chex Mix. And when my son's around, I do the Chex Mix for him. And I haven't seen him in a couple Christmases now. But he loves sriracha sauce, so I would make my Chex Mix. For him, I would load it up with sriracha and make it really spicy for him. Oh man, he loves it. Salted caramel, glazed butter cookies, sugar cookie, gingerbread. Wow. Yeah, my daughter loves she loves the clothespin cookies. I haven't made them in so long. My aunt made the best sand tarts. She made them so thin. Oh, and the pizzelles. I have a pizzelle iron, and I would do the pizzelles. I love pizzelles. I remember my dad's aunts used to make them, and I thought they were so wonderful. I just absolutely loved them. And I would ask my mother, "How come you don't make those?" And she said, "Well, you need the iron to do it with." And she didn't have an iron. And I just thought it was the most special thing to have a pizzelle iron. And then I got one, and I just thought I was it. I was like, I have pizzelles. And I would make them and take them home to my family, and my father loved them, which I didn't even know until I made them and started taking them home. And then one year I bought a pizzelle iron for my mother and my sisters to share. There was only one at the store, and so I bought one, and I was like, y'all have to share it. I don't think they really cared about it as much as I did. It was one of those where I was like, who has the pizzelle iron? Are you sharing it? And they're like giving each other funny looks, and a couple of them are like, I don't know where that ended up. I think it probably got tossed in the trash. One more row complete. Good night. I mean, usually I stay on for about 2 hours, but it would feel good to at least do one repeat, and then I'd like to do one repeat and a little bit more, because I know I have, this row after this stripe, I have 19 more. So if I'm only doing one stripe or one repeat a day, then I know I've got at least 19 more days to work on this. And I definitely want to finish by the end of January. And I think I'm probably going to be out of commission I'm going to be helping out with a baby for part of January. So I won't be going live and crocheting on live for a couple of hours at a time. And then I know you all really like when I do these entire projects from start to finish. So I'm thinking the next one that I'm going to do like this, I think I'm going to do the Great Granddaddy, because I mentioned that I was feeling like kind of reworking that pattern, and figuring out how to do a resize on it, because people don't like the size that I made it. It's just practically square, just a little better than square, but not really, and people want it to be more rectangular. So I thought I would try and figure out how to resize it and work on that. So I think that'll be what I work on after this from start to finish. And then I just quietly a week or so ago released the 6-day beach house blanket, which is a project that I did with Knitting Fever, using the Noro Subami yarn. And it's just an absolutely gorgeous project, but it is a commitment of money to do it. The kits cost $300 to make this gorgeous 6-day kid blanket, which to me, it's like the pinnacle blanket that I've ever made. So I'm going to do a crochet along for that project, and that's going to be for anyone that wants to you know, like really splurge on really special yarn for a blanket and make it as a self-care practice and item just for themselves. I think I'm going to do like a journaling experience and a kind of somatic crochet experience with that. And that's not going to be live. That's going to be done through like private Zoom calls. So those will be the two things coming early in the new year. But I gotta get this guy done first. I also ordered more yarn because I only have one skein of each of these colors. So I hope that comes in very soon. I think it already is here. I just have to pick it up from the post office. But yeah. Which of your 6-day blankets that go from the center out is your favorite to make? I would say the Superstar. I like the Superstar a lot. It is it's repetitive. It's the one that it's very similar to the Star, but instead of 7 points it has 14, and it ends up circular. Also in my membership community, I have an 8-point and a 16-point that I've never published. And it's only, it's only for members. And I just made that 16-point one recently and I really loved it. There's something about the evenness of it. The 8-point star, the ladies that have made that are like, there's one lady in there that's made a couple of them, and she's just like, I just love this rhythm of this, and it's so satisfying. So there's something about the 8-point version that feels satisfying to people, and I kind of felt that making the 16-point one. But I would say the Superstar or the 16-point Superstar. My sister-in-law gave me these glasses, and she actually passed away 2 Christmases ago. And I was reading a book. I pulled this book off the shelf, I don't know, a week or so ago. And I was using the tag. She had put one of those tags that's like a little card on this gift, and she wrote a little note in it. And I was using that as a bookmark in this book. And it just like came out of the book, and there it was, her handwriting. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, row 2. She was the one that had the Japanese chins. She bred Japanese chins. And she gave my daughter one of them as a gift. And that little guy. And then she was part of a rescue group where she would rescue the dogs and, you know, foster them. And she asked me if I would foster one time, and I fostered it. And she was like, "You don't have to keep him." And I was like, "The hell I don't." I ended up keeping that dog. He was a little bit of a handful because he ran away. But he's also no longer with us. I miss having dogs. Been 2 years without a dog. 3 years. I think Mudkip died in 2020. What a crappy year. Hello, Miss Angie. One, two, three, four. Thank you. I don't know what just happened. Oh, for heaven's sake. I have some regrets about this yarn choice. I mean, I do like the idea that it's recycled. And I do like the colors. But my favorite of all the Lion Brand yarns is Vanna's Choice. Like, that would have been much easier to crochet than this, and probably would have had a lot more choices of colors, although sometimes they discontinue the colors, and then they usually discontinue stuff right after I decide to use it and design something out of it. It's like, oh, Betty McKnit designed something, let's discontinue that one. Yeah, how about it? I don't know, this denim and this yellow together make me so happy. I think I'll use those two colors in the edge. I think maybe having the last round of the border be in the denim blue. Ooh, yes, please. What different flavors of Chex Mix do you all make? Do people make Chex Mix? And what other treats? Oh, I know what else I often make, or used to, when my family was all at home and I used to cook and bake. Bye, Andrew. Get some rest. I hope you're feeling better. I used to make those nut rolls, the kolache. Oh, and the pecan tassies. Those little tarts, those little pecan tarts. My mom would make those. Those are really time consuming to make, and they only make, she had this recipe, and each batch would only make like a dozen cookies, and that was it. Honestly, I'm glad I don't have to do all that cooking anymore. But I used to do it for my family. I think when I came on tonight, I was in the middle of row 3. So I've done about 1 full repeat since I've been on. Let's see if I can do a couple more rows before my camera dies. I don't mind this yarn when it flows. It's nice yarn. I mean, it's made from recycled plastic, so you would think it would feel like plasticky, but it does not feel plasticky at all. It's very nice. I shouldn't have said anything bad about it before. I'm sorry. Not me apologizing to my yarn. I'm sorry I said bad things about you. Well, my little stitch markers going clackety clack on the table. Whoops. Ah. I run out of things to talk about. I really want to do a couple more rows. But this blue, though, I really love it. Ooh, check out that ridge. I'm gonna get my nails done tomorrow too. Really need a fill. I have to get up early tomorrow. Earlier than I'm used to. I mean, I usually get up decently early, to be honest, but I spend the first hour of the day just like drinking coffee and sitting there vegging out, meditating. I also call it meditating. This is row 3. It's a great row because you get to work into the spaces. So if your yarn flows, you can just fly along. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Is that a big split or what? I just got lost in my thoughts for about 5 minutes there, or however long that was. I'm trying to get as much done as I can before my camera dies. How far can I go? And I don't want to hurt myself either. You know what? I should put a marker in the middle of this blanket so that I remember to recharge my this, because it's not, I don't think it's only going to end up on the ends, and I don't think it's enough. I don't think I'm using enough to scent the entire blanket, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's definitely very subtle, the scent, but it makes for a nice experience, crochet experience, because you have the aromatherapy as you're working on it. But the jury is still out about how well it scents the project. I mean, I don't really care because I like it either way. I think it elevates the experience for me. Woohoo! I'm flying across this row. My legs are starting to stiffen up. Whoops. I feel like I can just go so fast on this row. Hello. How are you tonight? Nice. What you working on? Pineapple stitch butterfly doily. Sounds pretty. Whoops. I don't know what it is about the little bit of length I added to this blanket tonight. It suddenly feels like substantial. You know how when you're working on a project and it starts to feel like, oh, okay, this is going somewhere. Well, that's how I feel with this stripe. I think there's something about this stripe and this color that kind of is starting to bring the whole thing together for me. I don't know what it is. It's like the color combination suddenly makes more sense. It's like it's a good bit of length. I'll have to measure it before I sign off tonight. There we go. Whoops. I'm trying too hard to go fast. Haste makes waste. They tried to teach us that in first grade, but do we listen? No. Whew. Feels good. My hands are still pretty oily from the last time at least my palms are still pretty oily. The lymphatic massage oil does not leave your hands feeling oily, but that CBD oil kind of does. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm going to try and do another row. Here I go. Row 4, it's an easy one. Single crochet. Nothing but single crochet and a couple of skips. Single crochet, skip 1, single crochet in each stitch across, and 3 single crochet in the chain 3 space at the top of the peak. Row 4 explained. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I think row 7 is the most mindless row, but this row is also pretty mindless. And there are a lot of people that don't like this hole right here, so if you don't like it, you can just go between the stitches right there. But until you really get to know the pattern, I don't recommend doing it because you will end up with your stitch counts off. I've seen it time and time again. You should have 14, I believe it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, you should have 14 in between. So what happens when you start working in between the stitches and also working into the tops of the stitches is that you get confused about what's a stitch and what's not. So if you work between these 2 stitches, that's actually the double crochet right there. And then that is actually that. And that working in between here is actually that. Okay, and then you'll have 3 going up. 1, 2, 3, or 6, 4, 5, 6. Right? So you'll only work these 2, and then you're working in between. So I've just seen that throw people off. So I don't recommend it, you know, in my group, just because there's so many people that show up there and they're looking for help getting started, and they're beginners, and they don't have a handle on where all the stitches go quite yet. Some people learn how to crochet just to make the star blanket. A lot of younger people are used to learning crochet from YouTube videos and doing patterns that are just put up as videos and not as written patterns. And I personally think there are a lot of poorly written patterns out there that make pattern reading frustrating for people, and so they convince themselves they don't know how to read patterns. So I just try to keep it simple and straightforward, but that is something that you can do if you don't like that gap. I personally think it's fine. It does not have to be that tight. Can't believe my camera hasn't died yet. Oh, it's blinking. It's blinking, so it's about to die any second. So this is probably going to be my last row of the night. It's been long enough anyways. I've been sitting here in one place for 2+ hours, 2.5 hours. I got to get up early in the morning, get myself a shower, get on the road, go get my hair did, go get my nails did, get myself a turkey and some potatoes. I think I'll get myself some sweet potatoes, maybe some Brussels sprouts. Make myself a little turkey dinner and eat the leftovers from now until Christmas. Whoops. So I did not see one little bug flying around in here tonight. So maybe my little carnivorous plants are doing their job. I put one in here on the shelf back there. I didn't want to put it too close to the computer because I was worried that the radiation or whatever that comes off the computer screen would hurt it. So I put it on the shelves back there. I put one of those little pitcher plants. I had 5. I ordered 5 of these plants, but they're so tiny. They're just like little teeny tiny little plants like that. They're minuscule. And I'm just trying to keep them alive. And I have plenty of bugs to feed them. So maybe did not see a single bug in this room. Maybe they all went into that pitcher plant, went into those little pitchers, and they're currently being digested. But I have this one plant, I don't remember what it's called. It looks kind of like a pineapple, but when I bought it, it had a big flower sticking out of it. And the flower died, and the whole thing died off, but then it had little shoots around the side that started growing. So I didn't understand this plant, so I just stuck it outside. I thought, I'm going to stick you outside this summer and just see what you do. Well, it did wonderful outside. It loved being outside, and so it grew a bunch of these shoots. So it had like 5 or 6 little baby plants coming up next to it, but they never flowered. And I thought, oh, maybe they'll flower. And then it started getting too cold outside for the plants, so I brought all the pineapples in, and I brought this plant inside, and all the plants that I brought in started getting brown, and they were not happy to be inside. But honestly, I think I left them out in the cold one too many times. But this particular plant, I was looking at it today, and I decided to pull some of the dead leaves off of it, and the entire plant, just all the little babies, all just came out, broke right off, came off. So I'm wondering if it's some kind of perennial. But I don't want to, I'd love to stick it outside because I believe it's the offending plant, the one with the bugs that's bringing the bugs in. So I'd love to stick it outside, but I don't want to kill it even further. If it's got like roots and stuff where it's going to start growing again. I don't know. I never used to be able to keep plants going. I think I was in, a very toxic situation, and the energy was really bad. And so the plants would die. I would bring plants home and I'd take care of them, and they would die. And now my plants are like, they're doing well, but I don't understand them. And also, I take them outside and then they get bugs. I bring them in, and then I have bugs in my house. I didn't have any bugs. Got rid of them all last year. But we'll see. Hopefully these little carnivore plants will help me out. Hopefully they'll be really hungry and really good at their job of attracting bugs as their food. And they'll grow real big. Hello. I'm doing well. I'm just finishing up here. My overhead camera battery is blinking, so I'm just about done finishing up this row. Whoops. What have you been up to, Keys? Making the 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket. There's day 1, day 2, day 3, and this is day 4, even though the video is going to have a different number on it. This is day 4 of actually crocheting, actually working on the blanket after I did all the swatching. You finished your star blanket. Congratulations. Please make sure you tag me when you post it. I'd love to see it. And this will be the next color, this orange. Orange, you glad? There's one more color to go. Hi, Camille. How are you doing, my dear? Are you ready for Christmas? Are you off school? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them. I chose colors that I felt excited about. Your last day is tomorrow. Oh, that's great. And give you some nice little break from school. I bet you're ready for it. I love orange and blue together, so it'll have this will be next to this blue, and then this turquoise will come in after it. So I'm excited to see how the repeats end up looking. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, there goes my camera. I guess I'm done. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been really fun. And I'm going to say I'm probably not going to be on tomorrow because I'm doing a bunch of driving. So I'm guessing I'll be tired. I mean, I get tired when if I have to leave the house, I end up tired. That's a lot for me. So, all right, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much. Have a great night.